like this group. I think one of the issues is with like VTubing for me is I love everybody, but a lot of my sense of humor when I kind of started streaming didn't mesh, and I had to code switch a bit with a lot of VTubers. And I'm still very comfortable with them, but there are like certain types of humor I'm like, oh, I won't make that joke with them, you know? And I would like to not always feel that way. It's not their faults, it's just not, you know, there's some off-color jokes I might make that are like, they might not pick up that I'm joking, you know, especially a lot of my deliveries like ultra deadpan. It's not even that it's not brand safe, I'm not even saying that. But I won't clutch my pearls at a lot of things, you know, it's like whatever. But it's more so really deadpan stuff. And some references that they don't get. And there's a lot that I'm just like, I just have to hold that on that because they just don't know, you know? Yeah, friend group A and friend group B, exactly. So most of my streaming was done with friend group A, but not B. And then it was really only until I played GTA and I was like on the RP server that I was like, okay, this is more so friend group B, you know? And I like both, I want to have both. The problem is you can't really mesh both that easily. So you kind of have to do things with one group and with the other group separately. And it's hard to balance that. It's tough. But I feel like this past year or two, I've done really well in spending good amounts of time with both, right? Like on both sides of things. So it's a nice mix, which is what I want. I don't want to like main one group and not spend time with the other side of people, you know?
Wouldn't that be
VTuber humor is very different from a lot of other streamer humor for sure. And it's not even bad, it's just a lot of references and things like where like you had to be there and you know. But a lot of it is also just like, oh haha, you're so bad, you're so silly, but then it's like not really that bad or silly. You know? And I feel like I don't even like not have fun with them or anything like that. I have a great time with all the VTubers, but I sit there sometimes and some of the jokes they're making, I'm like, this isn't that crazy. Someone says something like not so bad and people are like, whoa, you said what? That's so crazy. And I'm like, it's not really, you know, it's just a funny position to be in, I feel. First you're supposed to OTB and VTuber streamers when you were streamed the first time with Garrick and Company got whiplash. Yeah. Even OTV's humor is like very separate from like the way this group is, right? Like every group has their flavor. Started watching VTubers when you discovered Vay. Her humor is definitely more friend group B coded. Yeah. I think that's a similar boat that I'm in. I'm able to code switch really well. I think for her it's been harder. But I think one of the things that's almost like scared me a little bit was watching. So Vay, right, she's very friend group B coded. That's a lot of who she hung out with and did things with, and I watched her like get harassed for it. Not a ton. But I definitely saw some people that are like VTuber fans like tell her she hates VTubers or like something like I don't know, some odd energy. And I was like, does this matter? But it was also at a time when the VTuber community was just very together. Everyone knew everyone, all the fans knew all the VTubers. It wasn't saturated as much yet, you know? So you had a friend who advertised herself as a VTuber with a real cursed sense of humor. She was not okay with mic level jokes. That's what I'm saying. Like people aren't unfunny or anything, but a lot of the time their sense of like scale of joke of like how crazy something is or whatever is like really skewed toward like family friendliness. So, you know, and that's the thing is like, I'm really tolerant to people, you know, if I'm really desensitized to a lot of folks. If someone's like a little abrasive, I'm like, oh, you, whatever, unbothered, so long as I know their heart's in the right place. But in the VTubing community, you get a mix. You get some people that are like that, like the same way as me. And then you get some people that are like, if someone says one thing that's a little rude, a little toxic to someone in-game one time, that person crashes out, their whole community is like, this is not right and we shouldn't treat people like this, and they do like a whole thing, and it's so much and it's so stressful, and it makes you kind of feel like you like can't make any jokes sometimes. So it could be tough. Not everyone's like that though. A lot of VTubers are not like that bad, but it's the communities more than the streamers themselves, I would say. But when their communities start acting up, a lot of people like, they're afraid to exercise control over their communities and tell people to stop or whatever. They're just like, don't attack anyone, and then they go back to playing video games. You know what I mean? Like they don't really do much. That's what traumatized Mata. Yeah. No, a lot of people have had really, really bad experiences with it because like even her, like I think she's very family friendly in her jokes, and occasionally she'll be like fake toxic in a game or something, like a little bit, and she got attacked for that. She got attacked really hard for that, and I look at that and I'm like, Jesus. But yeah, I don't know. So I really enjoy the VTubing community, and I'm not gonna like, I don't foresee myself being like, these people are freaking babies and like leaving or something. You know what I mean? Like I still really like everyone. But yeah, I think overall, like I definitely need to have a bigger mix of friends to feel sane. personally, and to just be around a lot of different people. And then I'm chilling. My brain is sated. Going to light, and I'm stopping too literal. I think a lot of the time when people have been like attacking people, like Mata's situation, whatever, it comes from a fan base that's a lot younger, and I firmly believe a lot of them were ESL, which makes it harder for them to not take things too literally. I don't really hold that against them. It's just a mixture of cultural differences, the translations of things not coming across well, just a show, right? Like a lot of things that sum up into a situation that just like is gonna get cooked no matter what, right? I don't know, it's kind of unavoidable when you have certain types of communities, which is why I always tell people they have to think really hard about like what kind of community they want to foster and everything. But I know what, like, let's say we're talking about this group of friends here. If someone got a little toxic in game and caused someone to be a little upset, they just be like, I'm sorry, I got like too into it. And everyone would just be like, okay. Everyone's chats would be like, yeah, I'm sure they didn't like mean it. It's chill. Okay. Everyone would move on so fast, right? Like that's the vibe. And it just feels like a much older, more adult vibe, but also just the types of people that are not so like worked up over everything. And that's where my comfort is. Same thing with a lot of my friends from GTA. Same thing with some of my VTuber friends, right? Like Girls FC, right? Like that group of friends, same thing. I know if one of us like says some crazy shit, like in game to each other, we get toxic, whatever, everyone just be like, you're all good, dude. You were really gaming. Haha, yay. And like everyone would move on so fast, you know? So like I have that big level of comfort there. Yeah, Moriko's a big one. She says things that some people would like clutch their pearls at, and I'm like, hey, she's not trying to kill anybody. You know what I mean? Like she's not trying to cause anyone problems. Her heart is in the right place. Therefore, I really don't care. She's good. Yeah, I agree, Nick. I think pruning for behavior is something that like you learn to do in real life, and a lot of streamers don't have like long proper corpa careers beforehand, so they get here and they just don't know how to handle shit. You could be like raid lead for an MMO, like a group, right? For raid static. You could be head of a guild. You could be, you know, like there are all these situations where you learn how to handle people. There's so many situations where you can learn how to handle people, but I think a lot of streamers just never, the ones that never did that are all the ones that have a hard time controlling their communities because they don't know how to tell people no. They don't know how to like be okay with being disliked a little bit or being the bad guy in a situation, you know. Yeah, you said whoopies like that. They found a few viewers in other chats causing problems and they get instantly banned. Yeah, we had to do a lot of that with GTA RP, right? If some character was like mistreating mine a little bit and we saw someone go to another chat and say some shit, they were boom, out, instantly dead. I was like, if I see any of you, if I catch a single one of you in another chat hopping, even if it's not about me, if they're in, I'm streamer A, if they're in streamer B's chat and they hop to streamer C's chat and hop in and meta or something, like they're gone from mine too. It doesn't matter if it has nothing to do with my community. If I see them doing it, boom, they're out. So I warned people a million times and they really didn't do it. Some of the new people did, but you know, in general, it was a big no.